Thanks, Jess. Yeah, time is flying by here today at Hidden Valley Raceway, the 20th anniversary of the Crown Bet Darwin Triple Crown. The Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks on track for race number 2 and the 16th of the World Tour this year. That's on a bit of a 3-week streak, if you will. Staying in Detroit a couple of weeks ago, Texas last week, and now here at Hidden Valley for the first time. Sean Cermeny alongside me for this. A grid made up of the points from the first qualifier yesterday, the race yesterday, and our top 8 shootout this morning.
That's it. It's the accumulated points is what you need as a racer in this series, all the way through for the weekend to crown a champion here in Darwin. So you see the faster guys with the most points, they're towards the back, starting up front with the most poles ever in Stadium Super Truck history. It is Bill Hines. Bill Hines looking at the green flag. It is up. We're only moments away from getting ready to go green here. Not like last week, no dirt on the track. They should be on all asphalt all the way through the race. The flag is down. We're inside 10 seconds. These guys are ready to rock and roll. Bill Holeshot Hines, he is back out in front. Been yanking starts all year long. I expect nothing less from him today as they get ready to go. Greg Gardner right in tow. Green flag is dropped and they are off and running.
19th time from pole position for Bill Hines here today. It's a replica of the front row from yesterday afternoon as the two form guys from yesterday's race, starting from the back of the field, Gordon and Morris, as down at turn number 1, and the Gordon line, if you will, on the outside of the curb, slots in ahead of Paul Morris, but it's Bill Hines who'll lead us out of turn number 1 on lap 1.
The Road Pod 57 up on 3 wheels right there. Him and Gardner get through turn 1 cleanly here. You see, there's a great shot, the Royal Purple number 55 of Gavin Harlan. Harlan running really well the last few weeks. 6 podiums and 7 races so far. Harlan gets a little bit of contact with Dantas there.
And that will hurt him. He'll drop a couple of positions. He goes down the inside of Matty Brabham, who was quick in the top 8 shootout this morning. The Vilbis number 83. Dantas to the inside now as they hit the next ramp on the exit of turn number 6.
So far, not too much paint swap. Nice and clean on lap number 1 as we get halfway through this first lap here. Everyone kind of pace each other, trying to get in position. This is a high-speed jump. Oh, and Brabham gets hard on the brakes, forced onto the brakes right there. Harlan gets into the back of the DeVilbiss driver here, peeling up a little bit of his hood. Fast section right there. We saw the trail arms. I had to go out and look at that ramp earlier on. It's getting some damage to it from the trail arms and things. These guys hitting it so hard as they are about to complete a lap. They're going to go into a chicane. Dantas, he's off into the grass right now. Still out in front, it is Hines. Leads lap number 1 here for race 2, and Darwin Gardner right behind him. Matty Brabham in P3.
Great shot as they smack the ramp there. High into the skies here at Darwin's Hidden Valley Raceway. So lap 1 is in the books. Morris on the charge from 8th position now. He's up to 5th. And already the replays. This is a peculiar moment. Coming down into the backside of the circuit. Almost glues himself to the Dantas truck ahead.
Almost going for a piggyback ride. Look at that. 5 trucks in the air all at the same time. You already see a little bit of damage from the hood of Harlan. He got in the back of Brabham earlier as he had to check up going into that Petters ramp right there. Packing them up, all the trucks in the air at the same time. Brabham to the inside.
A lot more heat in race number 2. They're a lot closer than what they were yesterday. And look at Morris on the outside. Door slammed shut. That's your order. Hines, Brabham. And Hines under siege here. Harlan to the inside, and he's going to loop around, or is he?
Oh, Harlan. Can he hang on to it? Dantas tries to get the inside, says, you're going to make a mistake, and I'm going to capitalize on it. Dantas just misses the ramp, said, no more two-wheeling off the ramps for me like he did in Perth. You can miss a ramp if it's on the side of safety. Last couple weeks ago in Perth, Dantas decided, is it safe, is it not? I can't decide. This time he was able to make a smart decision to get around that ramp.
Yeah, smart move. They clear the ramp down there. Hoffman chasing Morris. They plunge down the hill through the slalom section and into the final turn. Does Bill Hines dare to dream today?
Bill Hines, he is looking for another podium. He needs another podium. The Road Pod team is chomping at the bit just to see that truck in the top 3 at the end of the race. He has a great opportunity to do that right now as Matty Brabham is hot on his tail in P3. Toyo Tires launches these guys down the front stretch.
Close racing. They get into a slipstream. Who's going to pull out first? Brabham to the inside. We're on board with the dude, Paul Morris, as he chases Greg Gardner down to turn number 1. Hines on the outside, Brabham on the better line, and Harlan wants to slice of the action too. He muscles his way up to 2nd.
Harlan running it late on the brakes, smoke bellowing off his tires there as he sneaks in. Gets a 2-for-1. Dantas, he gets into Hines a little bit as well, moves him out of the way. Clean pass by Brabham and Harlan. Dantas says, I can't let the leaders lead me right now. I got to stay up on this race pace. These guys are wide open, starting to swap a little more paint. As the weekend goes on, it's going to get wilder and wilder. You see him right now still running a little bit clean. Grab him, no one in front of him. He can pick his own lines. His problem is 6-time podium winner, 2-time overall winner. Just this season alone, Gavin Harlan, the Royal Purple, is right behind him and is undoubtedly going to apply some pressure to Matty Brabs.
Harlan looks like he wants to win the race today. He's been driving with his head all season long. This going, I need points, podiums are cool, but I think he's hungry for a race win here today.
Harlan quiet in the pits, smart on the track. He lets his driving do his talking, and that's what we're going to see happen here. There's the 50-1 True Fuel driver of the Hoff, Jeff Hoffman. He's making his way through the pack as well. Right behind him, we are on board right now with Robbie Gordon, Safecraft Safe Equipment, number 7 right now, flying the Sheldon Creed colors, but racing for his own points this weekend. These guys slowly making their way up and through. I'm surprised that we haven't seen Robbie Gordon move up in the pack quicker.
I don't think it's as easy as what it was in race number 1 as Hines to the back of the field for the road pot entry, and it's almost like watching NASCAR slipstreaming down the straight, maybe in Talladega, not in Hidden Valley.
Look at that. Brabham moves to the inside. Harlan stays behind him, not even trying to make the pass yet, trying to use that draft. The draft is important with these trucks. They're like a wall of wind, moving the air out of the way. The draft is extremely important. Gavin Harlan tucked in behind Brabham. If you're in second place going down this straightaway and you're within a meter of the guy in front of you, you're going to make that pass going into turn 1.
So down to 5, they go the competition caution, not too far away, should be on the exit of turn number 7. So Brabham, Harlan, we go back to Dontas in 3rd, and Morris from the back of the field. And Gordon just lurking at the back. Segment 1 about to come to an end. Put himself in the box seat here, perhaps.
Look at Robbie Gordon right there, the number 7. He got a little more sideways than you would normally see him. It's struggling to get through the pack as all these guys are. It's a short course, it's a fast course, and keep in mind, Stadium Super Truck drivers, they have gotten faster and faster every race. It's not easy to get through the pack.
Tough landing for Dontas. This was happening further ahead, and Harlan, I thought he was gone, and Dontas was going to make sure of it, bringing some of his V8 Utes experience into the stadium truck, and great friends of mine, he had to do that, otherwise he could have rolled like he did at Barbagallo.
I think Dontas would have had that pass if he didn't have to give way by missing the jump right there. You can't make a pass by missing the jump. That's legal right there. You're allowed to have side-to-side contact. So once you get a wheel up on a driver, if you want to rub paint, swap them all the way down, you can do that. Right here, we're on board with Paul the Dude Morris. Looking back at Gartner right there. Great shot of the 410 R&J Batteries truck of Greg Gartner. Morris, he's slowly making his way through the pack as well. And then look at all these trucks in the air at the same time. Oh, look at Greg Dontas.
Wow, look at Hoffman in the background as well. Take a still shot of that. Everybody in the distance going, what is going on out there? Back to the restart though. Segment 1 is done. And Matty Brabham looking for a win. You got the Dude. You've got Robbie Gordon. You've got some young guys that want to win the race as well right behind him.
Right now, this is coming off that jump. Some of these guys, you see them stepping on the brake a little bit in the air so they can land and get the power to the ground quicker on that front stretch. And that's exactly what happened right there with Paul Morris. See Robbie Gordon, he gets to the inside, not quite able to squeeze off the R&J Batteries driver of Gartner. Falls in line right here. Oh, and Morris off the grass a little bit as well. That's starting to turn into the fast lane.
It is. Down to turn 5, Brabham and Harlan. The young 18-year-old from Messerit, Arizona. Lots of off-road racing experience. And still a long time ahead. When he's racing against Sheldon Creed like we saw in Texas last week, Creed's starting to look like the old hand in the series, really, when you think about it.
Well, absolutely. You know, Gavin Harlan and the Hoff, I think sometimes when they're behind Creed, they're in there with a pen and a pad. They're taking notes, and it's working. These kids are fast. They're here to win. They're not just here to be a race car driver. They're here to be a champion and win every weekend, and their finishes are showing. As you see right there, there is Brabham, Harlan, Morris, Dontas. Whoa, wild ride for Robbie Gordon as he's sideways there as well. We know he's got his race face on him. You saw qualifying earlier today. Robbie Gordon, the look in his eyes, the look I haven't seen in a couple of years. Vicious look, wanting to win here this weekend. Close world championship points in between Brabham, Morris, and also Robbie Gordon. So those three guys are really battling for an overall world championship right now as the season started to come closer to an end.
Smash the ramps again on the exit of the chicane. So now Gordon's starting to push Greg Gartner along. The man affectionately known as Smiley in the paddock. Pushed him along, and now Harlan wants the race lead. Down the inside, the Royal Purple Racing Oils entry, they make contact. And this will open the door up for and guess who to take the lead?
Oh, that is bad news for both these guys. A great battle right there for Harlan and Brabham. But you make a mistake like that and you let the dude capitalize, you're handing them a victory right there.
Can you imagine the dude right now? He'd have that laugh going.
I know he's going, woo! That's what he's saying in that helmet right now. He's all fired up. He's on board right now with Morris, looking back at Gavin Harlan and Brabham. Right behind him is Hoffman and P4. Dantas running extremely well in that Shannon Insurance truck. He is in the pack in the mix. Let's not forget about Greg Gardner. He's had some bad luck this year, but he's showing his ability to drive that truck right now as he's right in the mix.
Solid job for the man from South Australia. Looking back at Gavin Harlan now. From the dude's perspective, the Morris Finance number 67. Round the backside of Hidden Valley on lap 6. Another competition caution. Not too far away. And Harlan had a move, but was it too early?
Now, Harlan, thing is, I don't know. Harlan has the ability, the talent to drive this race car like no one's business. But I don't know if he's been on this earth long enough to have a bag of tricks deep enough to get around the guy like the dude.
Yeah.
You know, you got Paul Morris and Robbie Gordon. They've been doing this forever. And they got every trick in the book. So we're going to see. It's going to be interesting. Is it going to be just drafting? Outpowered him down the front stretch. Side by side, Morris to the inside, Harlan to the outside.
Was that better drive, or was Morris playing the mind games here, knowing there's another segment to come up?
I can tell you, Morris said earlier on today, if you're in the lead, you're going to move on back. You just got to be smart of where you are on the last lap. This could be a mind game, or he might just be getting out-driven as Harlan is off in the weeds. The 55 stays on the loud pedal through the grass.
Oh, and he stays in the lead. Down to turn number 5. He protected the racing line, and now Matty Brabham goes back down the inside. The DeVilbiss number 83 moves back up to second place. The blink of an eye.
Wow, just in one lap, 3 different leaders back and forth right there. Brabham, and then Harlan, and then the dude, and now back to Harlan. Wild racing so far. We're on board right now, looking out of the back of Morris. He is looking at the Jeff Hoffman in the True Fuel 50-to-1 truck. Let's not count these guys out. We still got another competition caution coming up right around the corner. Looks like we've got a limiter strap hanging off under our leader's truck, and there is Dantas. He's getting some heavy pressure from the number 7 of Robbie Gordon as we hop on the Safecraft Safe Equipment truck. Oh, Hoffman to the outside, goes wide. Dantas stays to the inside. The boss gives him a little bit of a nudge as they head down into the chicane.
So Gordon, with a lot of trucks ahead of him here, if he wants to win this race, it's go time now as Harlan, Brabham, Morris head across the ramp and head towards another competition caution. What a race.
What a race indeed, as they are wide open, pushing upwards of 150 miles an hour into this section, drafting off one another. Gordon goes to the inside. Can he get Dantas? I think it's going to be a clean pass. Dantas gives him a little room, said, I don't want any of that action. Don't be pushing me out of the way at these speeds. On board, great in-cab camera of Robbie Gordon. You see Dantas filing in right behind him. What a camera shot by Supercar Media. Gives him a thumbs up. He's like, hey, Craig, thanks a lot. I do appreciate your kindness. And off he goes. You know you're having a good time and you're in control when you're able to do that kind of stuff on the racetrack.
It's time to take the hand off the wheel. Fantastic. Down into turn 6. So Harlan in the lead. Brabham second, Morris third. They'll hit this ramp and we'll slow things down one more time in race 2 of the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks here in the top end for the first time.
It looks like someone went for a wild ride off that ramp. We'll have to get another look. Look at this. Oh, to the inside. Gavin Harlan had nowhere to go. Made Brabham run out of room. Brabham couldn't go anywhere else. The dude says, thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it so much, kids. And I'm cruising on by and getting in the lead.
This was Gordon with Greg Gardner. Someone he had to give down here. Only one truck with, oh, that was cheeky. Down the inside he went, just pulled it up. And this was the moment a couple of laps ago. Harlan got into the lead, the background of the shot. Oh, this is when we're watching on board from Morris. And Harlan's doing a bit of cultivating on the exit of turn number 1.
What a cool shot that is right there. Now we're back on board. Taking another look at it. Gavin Harlan stays on the gas. The dude checking it out. And then this one here. Hoffman, he lands a little crazy, but look at Dantas. Oh, boy, that whole truck says, goodness gracious, Craig. Yeah. Take it easy on me. We got another race to go.
How'd you like to come back with the chassis? This was with thumbs up saying, thanks, Dantas. That sound good?
That
was terrible.
Oh, boy, I tell you, great shots right there. Supercar Media, the best in the business at doing this, giving us the greatest shots. as they go green racing one more time. The green flag is out. And right now, Harlan out in front. Behind him, it is Brabham, the dude. Oh, and getting up into the top 4. Nice clean pass. It is Robbie Gordon, the top fastest guys all weekend longer. Back up in front, ready to go for this last session of Speed Energy Stadium Super Truck Racing.
Are we going to get the big one in race number 2? It's been brewing since the start in contact there with Gordon. Giving the big hurry up as down the inside goes Brabham on the absolute limit down at turn 5.
Now look at here, these guys coming out of the ramp coming up in a little while here. You see all of them. They hit these ramps wide open. You don't see them backpedal going off these jumps. Wait till they get to the 4th ramp here. You'll see them get on the gas. And that ramp is so violent today. Oh, and speaking of violent, was the exit of that turn for Robbie Gordon as he swung it wide. Paul Morris was able to capitalize on it. Back up in front of Robbie Gordon again right there. Great race, but checking out of the pack right now, it is Brabham and Harlan. You see Morris, he's airing on safety. He goes to the inside, has to give up a little bit of space there. Wild run down through this corkscrew section here, going into the last turn before they hit to the chicane. This is the last portion of this race. Already checking out, where do these guys find this extra gear, this extra speed? Brabham and Harlan, they're a class of their own right now.
They are. They're coming through to start the 10th lap. Just a hint of smoke from the Royal Purple Racing Oils entry at the break. And now Mastro! Oh. He's just got the edge of the tyre wall and he's parked in the worst possible position. The man who won the race yesterday lays on the side.
The dude on his side. We're going to have to hopefully see just exactly how he managed to do that, if he got any help or just got in there. I know he was running it hard. These top couple guys are pushing the limits of what you can get away with in these stadium super trucks here.
Replay. So down into the chicane. Was he just got the edge? He backed it in. It just tripped him up. Oh, he hooked it on the... Oh, that's embarrassing. He'll hate that.
Oh, boy.
So he got away with it. He just clipped himself on the way out.
Running in all on his own. And no, Donis didn't help it. So out in there all by himself, landed on all 4s, but then climbed back up on the tires, it looks, on his exit. He's like, boom, here I am, parked up on 2. Wait, no, I'm good, and I'm out. Oh, I'm wrong, I'm bad. I'm bad.
The crowd let him know about it in the background, too.
I don't know if Paul will, but there will be a few of us that will have some giggles over that this evening.
Let's have a listen.
Paul in there, just nice and mellow. We got the rollover team. Got him back on his wheels.
Oh, look at the way it's parked. Just clears the exhaust pipes.
Hopefully he's not actually hung up on the wall still. He'll be able to get off. We saw a similar problem with Ari Lyondike Jr. and Davis last week in Texas, but they had help getting up on these walls.
Yeah, and there was a water barrier too, which did compress down a little bit. So they have to give this truck a bit of a shove back out. Many volunteer officials and staff here at the Crown Bet Darwin Triple Crown.
Look at, you see all of the safety crew and the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks, engineers, mechanics, everyone there helping out. Paul Morris is off the wall right now. I'm not sure, I haven't heard from Race Control where they've got the rest of the pack parked.
They're cruising around the backside of the circuit now. Lap 10 of 11. So Brabham stacking the field. Harlan behind him. As the dude heads away, still a bit of smoke billowing from the back of his truck, heading down into turn number 1. A gentle rollover.
Mellow rollover, especially for the dude. We've seen the dude over the years have some pretty violent ones. Just as just in Gold Coast alone, you know, some pretty violent stuff as he got into his teammate last year, Sarah Price. Just got right into the back of her, got into the wall, the two of them together there. So that one's pretty violent. This was nice and easy for the dude. That was just an easy ride.
Anything was easy after that one as he's tagging around to the back. So we'll get one lap here to sort race number 2 of the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks out. Another top 8 shootout to come here tomorrow, and the final race at the end of tomorrow's coverage. They were up here last year as a demonstration event. We had 3 trucks that just had this track a bit of a test to see whether we could race here in series trim, and they're back with just the 8 trucks. A few have gone away to China for an upcoming race up there. It's been a busy time in the series. It continues to grow in popularity right around the world.
All right, look at this. So we've got, I think we've got maybe some possible teammate stuff going on here. We see he tried to pull up in front of Hines. Hines, the team owner and operator between him and Paul Morris. Paul Morris, the driving instructor, which has helped Hines greatly. Bill Hines really improving so much this year from what we've seen in the past and putting in some impressive runs. But right now, it's Morris, you know, he was looking at an overall this weekend. He could be thrown this way. Is he going to take this last lap and go full Bowen Duke on this thing and go absolutely wild? Or is he going to take this and just get as many spots as he can and keep it mellow? Green flag is blown for the last and final time. It is the final lap. Green-white lap right here.
Oh, he's just pushing him along now. Gordon on Harlan down the inside. Is he going to try and grab him? Try and get two for the price of one. He slots up the second. Now remember, he was running at the back of the field at the end of segment number 2 and is staring down the barrel of another race win.
Really putting the pressure on these guys here in that one segment alone. It's gone all the way up into second place. It is Matty Bravo, Robbie Gordon, Gavin Harlan right behind him, and I believe it is still Jeff Hoffman, the Hoff, in the True Fuel 50-1. He is in P4, running an excellent race. Right behind him is Dodges, rounding out your top 5. Half a lap left to go, folks, at Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks. The Willibus driver of Bravo out in front. Robbie Gordon, the Safecraft Safety Equipment truck number 7 in P2. He is looking back off the back of that truck right now at Gavin Harlan. Harlan, the front wheels chattering and running it in deep.
Brabham smacks around Harlan, trying to go the outside of Robbie Gordon, who protects the line. Hoffman is behind. I think you'll find Harlan's going to try and set Gordon up for the final turn because that's realistically his last chance.
I think you're going to see Gavin Harlan off the front stretch jump, do everything he can to get on the ground as quickly as possible, get the power in the ground. Hopefully we'll be able to see. The thing is, Robbie Gordon, he started racing on dirt bikes as well. He understands that kind of stuff. These guys are picking up on it. See if they get on the brakes in the air. You will not see Bravo.
He's going for it. He's going to get second. He pickpockets it right at the end. And the checker goes to Brabham, but Harlan gets second on the very final ramp.
What a run. An amazing race right there. So much wild stuff happening. Congratulations to Matty Brabs. He wins race number 2. Also a big congratulations to Gavin Harlan. That dude, like I said, he's quiet in the pits. He's mellow on the track, but you got to watch him. He strikes like a cobra, that kid does. Lets his driving do the talking for him as he gets Robbie Gordon right at the end. Gordon rounding out top 3 there. Wild action in race number 2. Keep in mind, folks, there is a qualifying session in race number 3 coming up tomorrow as well. But wow, what a race.
It's another win, though, to Brabham this weekend. Third one of the season, picked up a win at St. Petersburg and at Long Beach.